Hey guys, it's Isaac. I hope you guys are doing well. Today is just going to be a little short video. I don't want to be too long on the video, and the reason is because it's a Saturday today, and I had this this idea on my heart in terms of talking to you guys about why third-party repair is important, and like where I see third-party repair going, where do I see cell phone repair shops going, the future of the whole cellular repair industry and wireless. Where do I see that going for the amount of time that I put already into my company and what we have been doing here at Gearvana as a team? So I'm just going to say this. So I got into the industry, it was just 6 years ago, and time just flies because, man, to say 6 years, that's kind of a long time, but then it's not. But I started off working at Sprint as a technician, and then I got to the point where I was like, man, I could do this on my own in terms of like repair, because we'd have people come in the store and they wouldn't have any options in terms of fixing their device. Like, this is when the Galaxy S2s and S3s are out. The S4 started to roll out as well. But yeah, there was no options for repairs. So we had to turn people down, or they had to have insurance on their phones. And I was like, you know what, that is my customer. So I put my 2 weeks in and I started my own repair company. I started repairing phones out of my apartment, and then I moved to my sister's shed. After about 6 months, I then was able to afford a building downtown in my city, and that's where we really grew. And I just basically bootstrapped, so any of the money that I made, I kept saving and saving and saving. I didn't spend any of it. And I mean, obviously I paid myself, but it was very minimal. And I got to the point to where I was able to get into the new building, which I have now. I might be able to show you guys in just a second too. It's a 1,000 square foot facility. We're doing really well. We have multiple contracts with different big carriers like Verizon and AT&T, for example. They work through a company called Asurion, and that we have been doing mobile repair for them, and that has been going really well. We service all of their Verizon and AT&T customers that have Apple phones, Samsung phones, and Google Pixels. So we get the parts directly sent to us from Asurion, and we are working hand in hand with Asurion to make sure that all these customers can get service. So we're doing this right now in the northwestern Ohio, southeast Michigan area. So we don't just service Michigan, we also service Ohio. But that's been going really well, and I'll be honest with you, the parts that they send us are great, just because they're original. They're like OEM kitted parts, like they're the real deal stuff. They come directly from the manufacturers of these devices. So like Asurion is working hand in hand with Apple, and they're also working hand in hand with Google and also Samsung. So we're getting these parts directly from the manufacturer, which is awesome. Other than that though, in terms of what we're doing, it's really interesting to see though, me owning like a store and going through like separate vendors, and then me actually doing mobile repair for these bigger companies, and we're getting parts from direct manufacturers and their processes and how they do things. It's interesting to see where this industry is going, and this is my 2 cents on it. So I look at it this way: if you have a repair shop and you are not innovating in your repair shop, if you are not trying to be competitive, then you are not going to last no longer than, I would say, 3 to 4 more years. Unless you're in an area to where you're just kind of going with the flow, when you're content with what you're making and you don't really need a lot, then more power to you. But if you're really trying to scale your repair business, there's a couple things that I would recommend in terms of like maybe converting or partnering with a bigger company, because it's been working for us, and the sky's the limit now, because we are backed by bigger organizations that can help us and that can get us guaranteed repairs. So what do I mean by that? Like, for example, through that program that Verizon and AT&T have, if you have insurance on your device and you crack your screen, you can we're going to come to you and we service you, and it's under $49 to fix your screen, literally. So like, you could have an iPhone XS Max, or you could have a Galaxy Note 9, and it's $49 to fix your screen through us, and we go to the customer. No repair shop in our area can compete with us. They physically can't. even let's say, for example, if you were to take it to like a the only like even at like a CPR, or like let's say if you had it done through like Square Trade, more than likely you're still gonna have to pay like 100, maybe $200. I mean, that's still cheap, but in our area, you know, $49 for AT&T and $29 for Verizon, $29. You literally can't put your finger on us. And on top of that, our customer service is great. We make sure all of our customers are happy. Our scores are very, very high through the system because Asurion gets back with us on our reporting and how we do in terms of customer service and what the customers are saying, because after we do the repair, the customers get a survey. So like, it's awesome to know that we're being very competitive, and we can be very competitive because we're partnered with a bigger company. So let's say, for example, like our competition is very minimal. The nearest repair shop where I'm at is about 20 minutes away, and then there's another one about a half an hour away. So within my area, 20 minutes, we have one, so that's two, and then within a 30 minutes outside that radius, we have about 5 more. But they can't compete with us because of the fact that we're partnered with Asurion, we're partnered with Verizon, we're partnered with AT&T. We work directly with Apple, Samsung, Google. It's going to be hard for another repair shop to compete. So that's scalable. And if you're a repair shop that's not trying to innovate, that's not trying to, you know, see what you can do to get maybe bigger contracts or to maybe convert to like CPR, because I think CPR is a great company. They're doing some great things. Or like a company like uBreak iFix, which we were approached by uBreak iFix, and we're thinking about converting to uBreak iFix. I was talking to my sister about it, but there's just, you know, there's so much going on, and it's such a broad business in terms of like, it's such a broad industry in terms of, you know, the repair industry and what you can do. But don't just focus on like repairs. I think the only reason why we're focused on repairs right now, just repairs, is because of the fact that we're just so busy. Like, to keep in mind, we have the Gearvana store, yes, but we just launched our own mobile brand called Ziff, and that's going to be huge. That's going to be in like the metro Detroit area, and we're going to expand this way down deep into Ohio. So it's important for you as a business owner to understand about scalability and how scalability works and what moves you have to make. So like, we don't focus we have been focusing just on repairs because we've been really, really busy, and our team is very small right now. A lot smaller than what we had before, because we had to get things taken care of and figured out, and we're really just trying to build a really solid team before we move to Detroit, because we just got done looking at offices. Other than that, though, I would say do buybacks in your store. If you don't know anything about buybacks, there's ways that you can get into buybacks, and there's either you can buy phones back and flip them. Let's say like if a customer comes in with an iPhone 6 and you bought back an iPhone 7 and you refurbished it, and they don't want to fix their iPhone 6, but hey, look, now you can sell them an iPhone 7. So those are things that can really make you really good money and have really good margins on it if you position it correctly. And also too, if you're not selling accessories in your store, start selling accessories in your store. You should also be scouting out different vendors to offer the best price possible on your accessories, but you don't want to compromise on quality. You should be making sure that the quality's there too, but then you're also making a good margin. And like I said, again, with buybacks, like, you don't even have to do buybacks in your store. You can just hustle on the side and do buybacks like when you clock out. I know a ton of people that are doing that outside of their shop. They're just like meeting people at McDonald's to pick up a phone, and then they're refurbishing it, and they're flipping it on like Facebook Marketplace, or flipping it on some other sort of like social media or like platform. But it's so important. And like, I'll say this again, we should all be trying to move this industry forward. And there's just a lot of different things that I can talk about, but again, like I said, I want to keep this video short because I don't want to get off into other things. So like, again, with the third-party repair shops, I think it's important that if you're a repair shop and you're trying to scale, to try to look for other partnerships, to try to get in contact with like OEMs and try to make those relationships. Unfortunately, we didn't contact Asurion. Asurion contacted us because of our customer service, and they heard through the grapevine about us and how we were doing. So they contacted us directly and wanted to set something up. with us. So thank God for that. You know, I'm super blessed to say that we're able to offer that. And I know they also rolled this program out in other states as well, not just in Michigan and Ohio. I think there's like other like 30 states that are participating in this, that they'll like pick and choose the repair shop that they want. So very, very interesting. Again, I feel like if you want to, you know, convert into like a CPR or U-Break iFix, more power to you. I don't think that that's a bad idea or not. I feel like, yes, you're going to give up a little bit of control in terms of how the brand looks and stuff, but guess what? You're now an even more established brand than what you were before. Yes, you might not get to make all the decisions that you want to make in terms of the branding and stuff like that, but you know what? You're now in the process of being able to work with OEMs, which is always nice. And I'm not saying anything about, you know, anything against like aftermarket parts and stuff like that, but it's just that, you know, we should be telling customers up front, because third-party repair, I feel like, is a privilege, and third-party repair is not I feel like it's a right for the customer, but for us as offering the third-party repair, it's a privilege for us to offer this. And we need to make sure that, you know, we're setting expectation with customers, and that we're using the best parts possible, we're giving the best warranties possible, because you have to put yourself in the customer's shoe. If you cracked your iPhone 10, you would want a decent part and you would want a decent warranty. And you cannot sit there and say that that is not true, because I know it is. And you got to put yourself in their same shoes. So if you're the type of business owner that is saying that you're giving out original OEM screens and you're giving them aftermarket, then you need to get something else figured out, because that is not going to last a long time. Like I said, it might get you another 3 to 4 years. But once people start to get smarter and they start to figure out like how the part should function, and consumers start to really pay attention to the parts that they're getting, which I know in most cases some customers probably won't end up caring, they just want it fixed. But I would say about maybe 60, even just 60% of the population does care about quality. We all do. We all want we don't want to pay so much. I get that. But in the same token, you know, with the way China's going, they're getting really good quality parts for a cheap price. And we should be able to offer that for our customers. So remember, for the customer, third-party repair is a right. For the business owner, third-party repair is a privilege, because we want to continue this ongoing repair cycle for our customers and make sure that they're getting treated respectfully, and that we're making sure that their devices are getting repaired in a well-fashioned manner, and that they're getting the best warranties, like I stated before, and that they're getting taken care of. That's the whole goal, because you're just going to continue to get more business. The customers are going to continue to say great things about you, and your business is going to grow and you're going to scale. So that's my 2 cents on third-party repair. If you have any questions, please comment below. I want to say thank you guys for getting us above 1,000 subscribers. We're not like 1,100 subscribers, which is so great. Share this channel even with somebody who maybe doesn't even own a cell phone business. Share this channel with somebody who maybe is in another business, a computer business. The stuff that I talk about, it's almost as if I'm just talking about general business, and I like that. And that's why we named the channel Shop Unbox. So obviously, you know, I do cell phone repair, and we're focusing more on that, but there's little things that I throw in there that could help any business. So thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you guys, and let me know what you guys think about a Q&A. I was thinking about doing one live with you guys, but I don't know, like, I know there's a lot of people that watch the channel that are from different time zones, and you know, we would have to get that figured out as like a group. So please, if you guys want to do a live Q&A with me, comment below. If that's something that you're interested in, I'll look into it, and I'll set a day and a time, and we'll just do a live Q&A. You'll be able to answer me we'll do like at least 1 to 2 hours, anything you want, and we'll get you guys taken care of. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.
Yeah.